Hello, good evening, and welcome to the stream. Yes, we're live from Project Rubi-ka. Just doing the social medias. Only takes a few seconds. You're not missing anything. I'm just stood still looking at, oh my god, what have they done to the guards in the city? Oh lordy lordy. That's sort of terrifying. There we go, we've done that one, that one, that one. Switch to live there. And a quick tickle on the Discord. There we go. We're back. We're live. Let's go to the live screen. Am I live screening on? Yes, I am. Okay. Well, we've been making a small amount of progress. I'm going to head back and try and make some more progress as well. Progress with Predator armor. We actually got 2 pieces of Pred armor. Can you believe it? On last stream, which was Monday, I think. I've come the wrong way. Where do I want to go? Oh no, I am going the wrong way. I'm an idiot. I just remembered the old Wampa route. Not the current Wampa route. So, a little dull, I suppose. However, effective. I really would like to get more of that armor. Whether or not I actually get it, yeah. Pink Goggles, no clue. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. I should definitely do the key quest at some point. Go. In the Shadowlands beta, the teleports were inside closed rooms and reappeared again in Pyramid of Home dungeon as the entrance to the last boss room. That's exactly what they look like in the beta. I probably have screenshots of it stashed away on legacy storage somewhere in the roof space, the attic somewhere. So thus far we got the Pred armor boots, Pred armor gloves, and then also picked up some Outsiders armor, which is still fairly useful. Was there ever any explanation for the statue that was half buried in Crypt of Home, the one that didn't work? Not that I know of. It's kind of a blind spot for me, Crypt of Home, because I never, like, enjoyed that dungeon. I don't know why. Yeah. I just wasn't that keen on that dungeon. I was like, this belongs in Skyrim. Well, no, I wasn't thinking that because Skyrim didn't exist back then, but it felt like a Morrowind dungeon or something. I don't know. Alarm to start the stream, just about to go off. I like that these are grey now. Maybe wait till all of these are grey and then do the garden quest, because it'll be easy. Yeah, there's always some legacy stuff that has never sort of been figured out or finished. Like, think of this, you know when you do the Yuttos quests, it sends you to, one of them is find Excalibur's End, which I think is marked on Bitnick's map. Where are we? Where's Ritwell? Am I zoomed in enough? Let's have a quick look here. So I might need to zoom in a bit more. One with a graceful neck. And then up here, there's the Outer Isles. But I think the... No, it's up here, isn't it? Further north. Zoom out again. Yeah, Sword in the Stone. When you look there, there looks like there's a porthole that's closed off. And there's also what looks like a reciprocal portal or a similar portal inside the Pyramid of Home dungeon, which came way, way later. It does make you wonder. Long, long ago, yes. Yay! For insignia. I think we've gotten 4 levels worth of XP killing Preds. I could be wrong, but I think it's somewhere around there. Also, these did something different during the beta. I think they charged your nano up or something. If you're close to them. Obviously, it's a hole in the ground, but yeah. They were targetable at one time. You know, the area, the, what's it called? The Noten Wars thing you could do from the player city. You could do an orbital strike on a tower. You could actually do the orbital strike on those things. That was removed because people griefed with it. But yeah, it was definitely a thing for quite a while. I want to go Ritwell Passage, yeah. We'll try the northern guys first. See if they're clear. Someone's there, someone's there. I usually just leave well alone. Ghostmaster, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. More Preds, I'm afraid. Which is okay. Ah, there it is. I always miss this gateway when I'm coming this way for some reason. Ooh, bit of a long zone. Well, audio is still working. I don't know if everything else is. We got through last time. I don't know why it's being problematic this time. It works the other way perfectly okay. Oh, there you go. Yeah, just a bit glitchy. Yeah, these things with the kind of Notum rock floating in there. They used to be something you could launch the orbital strike on. At one time. And I think they got rid of it, God knows when. But yeah, it disappeared after a while. What? Lunamax's message was deleted. What? Why? Oh. Yeah. There you go. I don't know why it deleted that. I really don't. Auto mod. And if you want to know more, there you go. A video explaining how to get set up, downloaded, installed, your favorite GUI and maps up and running in the game. Is that project live, a live server? Well, I'm playing on it. Good though, it's my preferred AO experience over the live servers at the moment. Yeah, it's great. It's the 18.4 version of the game, essentially. What makes it, because it's moderated, so you haven't got your exploiters, your boxers, your dupers, a ridiculous economy with massive inflation, and several of the classes aren't broken by 18.7. Like, they nerfed Advi into the ground, making it kind of why would you play one with 18.7. Whereas on this server, they're still the second best healers in the game, as they were intended to be. Well, yeah, what's a Grace going for? At one point last month, it was like 7 trillion. I mean, come on. You know, and buying it on the GMI system, selling one for that on the GMI with the 4 billion cap. Oh my god, the amount of emails and buy orders you've got to create. Yeah, live is just sort of so broken now. It's like 3-4 billion for one AI armor piece, and you know what I mean. It's not like I haven't got those kind of credits on live. I do, but it's just ridiculous that everything is that expensive. And it's because Funcom don't do anything about exploiters. That's the base issue there. If they banned people for duplicating and whatnot, then it would all be fine and dandy. But they bloody well don't. I'm getting into trouble here. I've got 2 ads. Oh, fucking 3 ads now. Take advantage of the shorter tether. Or I'm gonna die. One of the two. €3F1 PRK, and they still charge €17. Is that how much it works out? I can't remember. I'm still paying for it. I still have 2 live accounts that are paid on live. Kind of feels like farming items on regular. Yeah, I mean, 10 years ago, when I started making AO videos, I guess, well, making them regularly, I'd made them back in the early 2000s. But there was one day everyone logged in and suddenly there were thousands, literally like 4,000 listed various Viribots. It's like impossible to farm that many. Even if you'd farmed them every day since the beginning of AI, you couldn't have possibly farmed that many, you know, unless you did it as an 8-hour job every day or something like that. It was a crazy amount, and there were like hundreds of different listings for them. And Funcom did nothing about it. They just let it slide. So even though the armor itself is probably duped, it still sells for ridiculous amounts of credits. It's just nuts. Peer pressure, Peter. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, PRK is, to me anyway, it's a lot more fun to play. It's a moderated server, so anyone trying anything that they shouldn't be doing, they get banned. How about that? Who'd have thunk? Break the rules, get banned? Oh, there's a concept Funcom should adopt with their own games. I mean, really, they should have wiped the, they should have rolled back the server to before all those items on it. But it's like, it would, 11 years plus after that, it's kind of, well, forget it. Probably everyone on the server has some equipment that was duplicated without ever knowing that it was duplicated in the first place at this point. So it's just gone nuts. And yeah, they just never ever did anything about it. Kind of like it was. It's just nuts that they just left it. They just went, oh well. Yeah. Barely caused a ripple, despite people screaming there's no way someone's got this, and like the amount of other items like the token or faction packages on GMI, there's no way in hell someone spent thousands of dollars on them and then is selling them for the equivalent of ones of dollars on GMI. And I equate credits in the way that you can go, okay, you can spend $15 with Funcom, buy a Grace and sell it. That is intended. But now Graces are selling for trillions of credits, not billions, trillions. It's just nuts. It's just ridiculous. So when you're playing that server, like every playfield you go to, there's someone there multi-boxing each and everything on the entire server, to the point where you're like, you know, it's just a mess, and I really can't think of a way, you know, to come back from that, to fix that. It just doesn't seem tenable. Years ago when I quit, I saw the Halloween pistol was worth like 2 billion. Yeah, mega rare drop. Only drops for a brief 1 week window every year. When I logged in recently, I thought I would sell it to fund myself and saw 2 billion. Yeah, 2 billion ain't gonna buy you a single piece of AI armor or something like that. You know, it's crazy. And I don't want to log in and then spend 5 or 6 hours shuffling credits around just so I can buy things. I could do it. I mean, you know, it costs... okay, it's $15, but it's now worth trillions of dollars to sell one. And now, if the GMI just allowed any amount of credits, it might make sense. But I don't want to spend 6 hours playtime shifting credits around in an email system I daren't leave them in, because they'll vanish if I do, or potentially could vanish if I leave them too long. It's bonkers, man. It's just bonkers. And then, like, everywhere you go, you know, to do anything, there's a box running, which is like one player. Like, my bat, my ball kind of mentality. A lot of boxers aren't like that. A lot of boxers are like, oh, only fire up the box to help out friends and guildmates so they can do stuff. And they're cool people, and I've met them, and they've said, no, you need stuff from Pan to get these alpha symbionts onto your Atrox crap, you idiot, for making one. But then they've gone, so we're going to help you do it. And, you know, carried me through a bunch of Zods to get the Sense Intelli items, like 6 of them, so I can stack the rack, so to speak. So you end up with 6 of those, like, all the way full on the upper section there, plus all the other twinking items. But I've also, you know, I've got loads of twinking items and rare items you need for twinking and whatnot. It's sort of like, that game feels like I beat that game already, you know. And then you've got, you know, like, if I log in and make a new character, any character I make, I go straight to the veterans store. Essentially, I've got beacon to Rubi-ka, beacon to last save point, 1k token board, a set of newcomer armor that works until level 200. Or better than that, I've got the colonists bundle, so I get that, which has got XP, treatment, NCU, really good ACs on it, and it auto levels without you having to touch it, click it, or anything else. Gives more treatment than a full med suit because it's got a back armor head item as well. It, you know, yeah. So live is nice and shiny for that sort of thing, but aside from that, yeah. RMT became pointless. Almost, yeah. Getting a beer. I'll be back. I'm just wondering, I was thinking about this as I was walking back up the stairs. Is it worth killing these ones, running to the other one, and then running back, or... Because on one hand, you're like, oh, you'd be killing more mobs in the same amount of time, but also, while you're away, someone else could show up, you know. Like, damn, I lost my spot. It's like they're picking a queue at the supermarket. It's one of them. If I switch lanes now... Oh, this has only got one person in it. I'll switch to that lane. So you go to that lane and, you know, it's someone they pull out like a dictionary worth of coupons or something, you know. Yeah, that's the official Discord. I'm not on it. Because that too is no longer moderated. It was moderated by Ark. Occasionally a Funcom employee will show up. Usually when they're doing damage limitation, but that's about it. And it's just become unmoderated and very toxic. So myself and quite a few other people, not in any kind of protest kind of way, we left willy-nilly, you know, one person went then, another person went another time, etc. But we all kind of left. Just like, I just don't enjoy being on this Discord anymore. Everyone is like, you got loads of noobs on there. And I go on and say, you know, I've been playing 25 years. This happened then. And they go, proof? Where's your proof? It's like, fuck off. I am the proof, you prick. You know, I just got fed up of it. Nippy John Stiletto. I would like, but I'm too low level. The 159s require title level 4, which is 100, but they are very, very nice. Only 20 million. Easy money. I've got like not quite 5. On this character, probably a similar amount on another, so I've got 1/2 of a stiletto. Bastion for free. How many accounts can you play at the same time? 2 and 2 only, and you may not automate them. So I can log another character now. Let's say I had an MP with a heal pet. I could log them in, put the heal pet on me, run round on this character, fine. Or I could log a healer in and keep my character alive that way, switching screens manually. You can do that, that's fine. The game has always kind of worked that way, but the limit for logins, don't try and use VPNs and virtual machines. They will spot it, and you will get banned for trying to circumvent the rules. The maximum is 2, okay? Because everyone needs a mule, you know, kind of trade things between ourselves. Oh yeah, I've made this new character, but I want to give them all these items. Yeah, you kind of need a mule, don't you? Or a friend, you know. In this game, people form teams, and each person in the team is playing their own character. God, imagine that. It's almost like it's an MMO. Hoggermen, welcome to the stream. Rachel Marrow, yeah, so that's the official Discord. The Discord for this one is listed on that webpage there. These didn't drop much, did they? What's the respawn? About 15 minutes? Something like that? I'm not sure. I know the corpses are 30 minutes, maybe? Like that. Forming IS team, 3 spots left. IS team, 3 spots, need heals. You know, people doing Inner Sanctum for loot and items and fun. Suradi. Are people dual logging? Yes, yeah, I've done it myself on stream with the devs watching me. And if you're manually controlling both those characters, that's fine. But you can't log more than 2 in. You try and log 2 in and use any form of automation, and your accounts are going to get banned. Simple as that. I'm sure the people there are thinking, how can I get around the rule? No. Don't do it. Who got banned last? Let's have a look. Can't see. I saw there was a few updates. Where's it gone? There was another channel that had, I don't know, had the wall of shame kind of thing. ClickSaver. Don't know. 3F1 is in the chat. If they say it's allowed, it's allowed. I've never used ClickSaver. I've tried it in the past, and I've never really been able to get it to work satisfactorily. So I kind of know it exists, don't mind that it exists, but don't use it myself. There's an automated version of it built into PRK, but it is expensive for in-game credits to use. But aside from that, yeah. Argument bans. Is there an actual page of everyone that's been banned? Yeah. So here's a list of all the people that thought they could outwit the devs. And the very small list of people that actually weren't doing that, but it looked like they were. So there you go. Third-party tools, automation, conduct, someone, don't be an arse on the server. You go bye-bye as well. And that's not a full list. Trust me on that. I mean, got a lot of people on it. It probably hasn't got everyone that's got caught out. And you will get caught out. The automation rolling to work. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. Discord's IRRK Newswire. There we go. Raznark, how long between server wipes? Yeah. They only happen when they need to happen. Oh my god, Predator armor chest. Yes. Oh lordy, yes. There's no schedule. So if the devs work on something and to test it properly requires wiping the server will be wiped. There's no schedule. There's no seasons. People invent this shit on their own. I don't know why. That's not what anyone that's running the program or project has said yet. People invent it. Have I given up on Keeper? No, I have not given up on Keeper. I am working on the Shade. It's, next time there's a wipe, maybe I'll make, one character is a mule, and then all else will focus just on the one character. I might go that route instead of making several characters and mucking about on all of them. I don't know yet. Missions, yes, missions are available. And also, so are static dungeons now. That's the most recent thing. So the dev team introduced static dungeons without the need for a wipe. So it's not every major update or what have you. It's simply, you know, as and when it's needed, there is a when is wipe. When it's fucking needed. There's no schedule, dude. It is not predictable. Neither is that crash. Do I want to send the info to Funcom? Well, I don't think Funcom can do anything with it. So, in fact, I think most of the people that left at Funcom wouldn't know what any of the information meant. Oh, wait, no, case sensitive. Yeah, so there's no schedule. There's no, I'll start after this and do this. That just isn't a thing. It's very simply as and when the dev team feel the need to wipe the server so they can correlate and poll new, fresh data based on major updates, that's when they'll wipe. So there just isn't any kind of predictive way to know when the next wipe is. And, you know, I accept that. I'm playing in an open alpha that's a project that's not run by a company or a board of directors or in any way, shape or form a production game. So, yeah. Set affinity to only 2 cores. Oh, yeah, I remember something like that. Okay. Details. I've got 2 Anarchy Onlines running. One still thinks it's running. I think it's... Okay. Set affinity. All processors, and then we'll just do 1 and 2. And then that might be the game. I don't know. And we'll do that as well. Okay, try that. I'll pull you far away from the other one. Is this FTP? Oh, free to play. Yeah, there is 0 payment, cash, or anything else involved to play on the server. It's entirely free. You just got to follow the rules. That's all. Where should I start? No. Start on ICC Shuttleport. Because after you leave ICC Shuttleport with the newcomer armor and all the bits and bobs you can make there and get there, you can then go to Job Island and do everything in there. However, if you start on Job Island, there's no way back to the ICC Shuttleport. So definitely 100% hard recommend start on the ICC Shuttleport. Oh yeah, and you get the car as well. You have to end the process. No mounting. What? God, is anyone still using that software? I just seem to have 2 clients running. Hang on, let me end task that one. Right, so that one, Neytiri, should be the current one, right? Details. Right, now I've only got 1 affinity set to 2 cores. Okay, so it should be correct now, shouldn't it? Now it's McAfee. God, there was another one I can't remember the name of right now. Oh God, I got my, oh mind you, I've got Scruffy's friend. Oh yeah, I mean you can still start in a backyard if you want that 2001 experience, but I don't recommend it because you're passing up a bunch of starter gear that's really useful if you start at the ICC Shuttleport. Oh, there's diners on New Island now. Yes, there are. Some of them are part of the quest as well. So you got all the quest and missions and stuff there. Nothing. I don't know if I'm clicking the right one. Yeah, I was. Okay. Gonna kill you, just for fun. Instead of running away, because I now have the uber heal pet of Win healing me. Doing okay here. The first couple of weeks I did this, I got nothing. And yet, lately, I seem to be getting drops. Maybe the RNG is remembering how many times I've killed these bloody mobs. Yeah, if you want the old guide for Noob Island, if you search Anarchy online, Noob Island, it still finds it. It's not called that. That's a nickname, and it's just for fun. It's not being nasty. There you go. So that's the guide for... so as of 18.7, it's no longer used, but it is on PRK. So you start there, but they cut out the shuttle getting crashed, and then takes you through all the quests, who to talk to, where everything is, all the different weapons you get, the startup crystals, yada yada yada. There's a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't in the Shadowlands startup area, which in of itself still has value. It still has things there, but you can enter that playfield by the front door in Job up to, is it level 50? I think it's level 50. So starting Noob Island, it still leaves you the option to go to Job Starter whenever you want, up to level 50, and do all the quests there as well. Are you newbie? Yep. So we got the new armor. How do we look? Boobs. Okay, should have made an Atrox. That's one of the major pieces you want to get. Trox Shade easy on live, yeah, because on live you get the token board, back armor, and all the other stuff, whereas on 18.4, nah, you see, Shades couldn't use token boards, so comp lit is like a real bitch. You're missing the 250 anyone else with a 1k board has got straight away. Also, you haven't got research, which makes up for the deficits in sense and agility and intelligence and psychic, and you don't have the other perks and stuff that you got later with Lost Eden and Legacy of the Zan. So yeah, Atrox Shade 18.4, quite hard. On live, not so hard. I managed it quite well. In fact, that little Atrox Shade was a lot of fun to play, as was the Atrox NT, in fact. The Atrox NT was more powerful than any other NT I'd made before. But I really did deck him out with all the best gear, like an AC/DC, the DB stuff, and yeah. He was very well kitted out. Took weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. But yeah, a decently kitted out, character, if I do say so myself. But it meant doing a lot of stuff, Endgame armor looks best on Trox, yeah. He is, the Atrox I have, he is in fact wearing the Shade Tier Armor 2. The best looking Shade Armor. So you look like the model at the character selection area. And most important, you had the bunny on your head. I did. I sacrificed a lot of VP points just to have the bunny on the head. But yeah, he was very cool. He still is. I mean, you know, I'll log him in now and show you, but not going to. Medi-blades are on PRK, aren't they? If you can manage a diseased prisoner. But can you upgrade them to the improved Medi-blades? You can do that, but you can't do the hacked. They don't drop the upgrade and yada yada. Okay. Getting a beer. Even so, the non-hacked Medi-blades are still a pretty decent weapon. Hacked is better, but I'm sure that was Lost Eden, wasn't it? Hard to remember. Crude upgrades. Yeah, there we go. So the only one it lists there is the hacked Medi-blade. That's the one that drops, though, isn't it? So that one, you know, it's a high-level weapon, you know, 200 plus to stay out of OE. So 315 to 350, very tight base damage there. Melee AC, and when improved, takes you up to 315, 360, but a higher crit. Melee AC also. But I think it gains something else as well, but I can't remember what it was. But they are really great weapons for anyone that's piercing, you know, the kind of top of the game kind of thing. Yeah, there's no research. There's perks. There's perks. Why not? So, you know, so they're still there. So, Piercing Mastery, Sublime Rapport, Totemic Rights. I've got Piercing Mastery in 2, mainly to keep the weapons I already have out of OE. Otherwise, they'd be in Sublime Rapport. Maybe that one. Dimensional Fist, and or I'd be using a More Careful in Battle and or Acrobat. But with perks, you haven't got the, you know, in the general section, you haven't got the AI perks, like so. And if you do, there's no research. Even if you look at the key bindings, I'm not even sure that it's in there. Controls, inventory, item, map, mission, NCU, blind map programs, raid, control shift, research, shift O. So if I do shift O, nada. Research does not exist. Denied. So you can get hacked, but you can't do the improved. It doesn't drop the upgrade piece. That kind of makes more sense. I mean, it's not a vast difference. It's just nice to have difference, you know? Was it the speed that was different? Stuff. Don't know why that's open. So this is the improved. So it's 1.25. So it's really easy. Let's say you've got 800 in it. Or, yeah, so 1k in it, or just over. So let's say 11 in it. At full def, they're still 1.1 for those. And then on these, let's do the same. See, 1.25, 1.5, slightly longer recharge. But if you've got 1100 in it, dead easy to get those levels that it's intended for. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Tis a good weapon, no doubt. You know, whatever, you know, not just shade, but you could be playing Enforcer with melee weapons, they'd still be good. Does it not skill drop on? Yeah, I think it does something else as well. What patch? 18.4. Thank you, Judge Stevens. And obviously, Polbear, Hoggerman, everyone else that came in. All welcome. I may have forgotten to say so, but know that it is intended. Actually, bring that page back up. Right, okay. Right, so hacked Mediblade with 1100, well, even without. So 315, 350, 500 melee AC. On equip 50, sneak attack 100 max health. So 1.0, 1.25, easier to use. Who was that? Polbear has gifted a tier 1 sub to 3F1PRK. Thank you very much for the gifted sub. Sneak attack, yeah, they're the same. So I'm not sure what else it might add. Not too sure. They look the same. The requirements. 2,201 and then 11 and 1. And Dimash is quite low. Same again on the improved. So yeah, the only thing that visually changes is the damage. So it goes from 315, 350 to 315 to 360, which is not drastic, but the recharge time goes from 1.5 to 1.25. So as we said, if you've got, you know, 1100 at full def, yeah, you're golden, you know. Multi-melee 1649, multi-melee 1649. MBS attack 2750, 2750. Even though you're probably going to have like 3k at that point, like 220 on a shade, 3k AR is quite easy to achieve. The kick pistol is a whole other world of differences between each stage of the kick pistol thing. They become Atrox only at one point in the trade skill process and yada yada. Yeah, they're a lore unto themselves, those kick pistols. And the thing was, they were so overpowered at one point, if you could do a crit build, especially with burst, that Funcom nerfed the crit chance on them to stop, because what they realised is half the server were using them on soldiers, traders, anything else, agents were using them. You know, and I think they realised that maybe they were a bit overpowered, and, you know, for all the other shit they could be fixing on the server, they fixed that. What, yeah, there's an Engie pistol thing as well. But with Engie, you can start with the solar-powered pistol and upgrade it all the way to end game. It's a lot of work, but you can. I did it on my pistol, Engie. Remember when CAS armor was good? It looked so cool. It still does. It's still good. It's just other options. AI armor kind of replaced fucking everything. You know, combined AI armor just became the de facto, because it's so much more powerful and useful than most other armors, that after it was released, it was a case of fucking what else are you going to use, you know? But AO's seen that a lot of times. Like, everyone was in Flowers and Primus for a couple of years, and then we had CAS armor. Everyone was in that. Not CAS armor, in Carbonium armor. And then everyone switched to the CAS armor, and then AI happened, and everyone went with AI armor, except for a couple of pieces of OFAB, which came out with Lost Eden, but only in certain slots like shoulder pads or back armor or gloves, or, you know, there was one piece that was better for a particular build. Otherwise, it wasn't as good as AI armor. It's nuts. I didn't advocate. Well, anyone could use Mantis. It was useful armor. It was just far more difficult to get than Flowers and Primus. You could run missions for the stuff. It turned up in shops, and, you know. What the difference between live and PRK 18.4 versus 18.7? So if you look up all the patch changes in 18.7, oh, okay, let's keep using that window. So 18.7. There you go. 18.4. None of that exists. In fact, no, that's not the right link. No, there's an official page for it. Try again. You begin. No, I don't know where the link is, but I have seen it. Patch notes. Yes, that's exactly. Not the wiki. It's on the official site, or it used to be. There was a massive bunch of changes. It might be linkable from here, but just not searchable, or it's not a popular enough search return that Google shows it anymore. Profession change it. Patch notes. There we go. We got that. Fucking hell, they took them down? Really? Oh, Jesus, Funcom. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Patches, it'll be in there somewhere. Yeah, there was a laundry list of changes with 18.7. I do mean, like, it's, you know, it looked like a literal laundry list. Some classes got nerfed into oblivion, others got boosted. Coils went away and became combined med kits and stuff. Nanos were spread across more than one class. Yeah, they just killed Advies with 18.7. Because the PvP whining crowd, you know, minority that they are, with the loudest vocal minority. It was quite funny that in June Awakening, the same kind of people were going, oh, we make the game better. Clearly, we are the majority. You know, they were so far up their own arses about PvP in June Awakening And then Funcom made the announcement, well, you know, at best case scenario, only 20% of the player base do any PvP whatsoever. And all these wankers that have been going, oh no, the game should revolve around us. Clearly, we're more important than noobs that just want to Care Bear their way through the game. And all this bullshit that's been going on for like 6 months, 7 months or more. You know, about how they were a superior form of Dune Awakening player because they ganked people in the deep desert. And how, oh, that's why everyone stopped playing, because you gave half the deep desert to non-PvPers, so they all left. And they said, well, over the lifespan of the game, only 20% of people, which includes the gankers and griefers, engaged in PvP. Oh, you bastard, you disappeared into the ground. Unless that's you. And I don't think it is. Damn, I should have pulled him away from the hill. I'm an idiot. Oh wait, no, there's two of them. There's two of them. Nothing on you, and... yeah, they're all there, but no drop. Depends on what you like. Yeah, exactly. 90% of the people killed in PvP in Dune Awakening, or like 80%, were people that have no interest in PvP. They just wanted to farm shit. They wanted to go out to the deep desert and farm spice or whatever they were doing. And they'd get griefed and killed by people that didn't care about spice or anything else, just wanted to kill other players. Yo. But it turned out they made the announcement, well, only 20% of the players in the game are PvP. So we have to listen to the majority. And for like probably 8-9 months, I think it was, on the official Discord, they've been going, well, no, we're the majority. Clearly we're the majority. We make the most noise. No, dude, I'm all for supporting minorities, but, you know, this is a commercial game, so they've got to listen to the majority, which unfortunately isn't you. Oh, it just felt so good. It just felt so good to see that posted. I said, like, within the first month of the game, they really need to make PvE and PvP servers. Because then people can just do what they want, and everyone else that feels differently can do what they want. But what the PvP crowd, inverted commas, because they're not really PvP, they just griefers versus players that don't want to engage with PvP. They're the only people they ever had a fucking fight with. Where people that had were out there with nothing but a like cheap still suit farming spice sand in PvP areas where you can get more of it. That's it. The whole reason they were there was for that. They had no interest in fighting other players, and the players that wanted to kill other players, which is valid, it's totally valid, never fought between themselves. They fucking ganked anyone that came out, you know. And then they really saw their arse when Funcom said, well, you are a minority. You do know this. We can monitor what's going on the server and who does what all the time and correlate the data. This is 2026 we're talking, after all. Oh, it's so funny. It was on their official Discord, and the fucking fallout from that was just chef's kiss. The loudmouths that have been telling, trying to gaslight everybody else, they were superior life forms because obviously they PvP'd and other people didn't. That was just so good. It was so good when they got the reality check. Sorry, sometimes that's you can enjoy little things in life, and that was one of the little things in life you can enjoy. What classes? All of them are good. It's 18.4. They're all still really good classes. It really does depend, and Hoggerman is right. It depends how you like to play. If you like to have pets doing things, if you like to be hands-on and melee, or you like ranged and you like stealth, or you like, you know, it's an open book. You know, try all of them. See which one sticks. If you like that one, stay with it. Simple as that. I think at some point characters got way too powerful. You didn't need a team for a lot of the encounters anymore. No, that's true. Most endgame geared players on the live server can pretty much solo everything except the beast without boxing. I'm solo player now, not solo player with 6 other characters that are geared, because that's not a solo character. That's a team. Okay. And Sector 42, because you have to be in 3 different places at once. But pretty much, yeah, you do see people on the live server soloing literally everything else. Subway, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't think you could solo Eumenides on the, you know, the raid version, the 201 plus dungeon, not the Subway level 25 exclusion Subway, the high level Subway they introduced. I can't think of anyone that could solo the whole thing anyway. You need a team to get inside. Yeah, exactly. You need to be in a raid group to get inside, yeah. And as Ghost says, yeah, on PRK you can test a lot. You've got 50 character slots. In the raid Subway? Yeah, they do. But it is designed really. It says 201 and in a raid group. But really, realistically, well-geared 215 players dungeon plus is what that dungeon's designed for, really, you know, inverted commas. You're going to be in a lot of pain otherwise. And the 2 big differences between the Subway raid and the Crypt of Home raid is in the Subway raid, nothing respawns. If it's dead, you know, just an ad, whatever, it stays dead, nothing respawns. At least not for... If it does respawn, it takes longer than people have an attention span to remain in there having completed the dungeon. Versus Crypt of Home... No, sorry, not Crypt of Home, the Pyramid, where stuff can respawn behind you in 15 minutes sometimes. Yeah, on Test Live, we were trying to figure out how to beat him. We did figure out how to beat Eumenides. Not Eumenides. Who's it? Virgil. Yeah, Virgil and the Melvins. We figured that out on live. There is a cheese-it way of doing it, and there's the not cheese-it way of doing it. But most people, I think, they just cheese it because it's easier, right? Doorway? Could be. Yeah. Keep him on a doorway. His ads spawn in geometry and don't give you so much of a problem. I mean, you know, it is what it is, but it does make the fight a damn sight easier and quicker. And I can understand people doing that because he's not like a prime mob, as in you want to kill him for the drops he's got. He's got drops, but most people aren't that fussed over those drops. They want to get to the next mob, and he's an obstacle to it. So the quicker they can deal with him, the more easy it is to deal with him. People are going to take that option. Not for the drops, just to get past him. You know, so people still die in the doorway. Oh, hell yeah. It's easier. But easier is like certain death, maybe death. You know, it's kind of like that. It's not that much easier, but it is actually easier. So, but yeah, there's always ways and means of doing stuff, yeah. F1, 50 slots is not enough. Well, yeah, it depends on the kind of person you are. If you want to make 51 characters, then apparently 50 is not enough. Personally, I can't keep that many. Well, I don't have that many characters on live. I've got like 34, 35, I can't remember. 30 plus characters on live, and that's enough for me. And I've got multiples of different, so I've got like 2 Engies, 2 engineers, 2 Engies, 2 NTs, 2 Krats, 2 AdVs, so on and so forth. So I've got multiples of, but I've got at least one of everything. So I've got an MA Engie, Slayer Droid transference, all that. And I've got a pistol Engie who's a better trade skiller, to be fair. So there's just so many different things you can do. Pole Bear. 50 level 1 characters doesn't count. Yes, it does. What do you mean? Yeah, 18.7 Keepers got a lot more powerful. They could stack auras. So you could have blockers, evades, and what was the other one? Yeah, blockers, evades, and reflect. Blockers, evades, and something else. And also ward healed the whole team. Not ward, but whatever heal over time you had, the hot, healed the entire team. And the blockers worked for everyone. And at high level, they block 2, so they block like a third of damage every tick. So if you get hit in between ticks, well, you get hit. But, if the thing you're fighting has been init debuffed down to the point where the ward is recycling at the same speed, then you only take 1 hit in 3. Not nukes, but Oh, actually, yeah, I think it stops nukes as well, maybe. I don't know any keepers that can recast Watch Ward. I think it caps. So even with like 3k in it, you still can't chain cast it. And people have tried many, many times to have 2 keepers who are slightly out of sync with Ward, but apparently no one's actually got it to work effectively. Because it desyncs as people are playing from different areas, going through the login servers and whatnot. One guy was boxing it from one computer, and they were still desyncing where the Ward refresh was. They couldn't get it to do it. Since we're allowed to dual log 2 game accounts, we actually get 50 times 2 character slots. Yeah, that's true. So you get 100 different characters. If you can be bothered making that many. But as you're playing from your perspective as a new player, you're playing fresh. So you've got no hand-me-downs, no bags of gear, no infinite credits effectively. On your big 220 main you've had for 20 years. Yeah, having that many characters is a different kind of ball game. Did the beast without a dock. That's pretty stunning. You must have gone there with the trader, though. Otherwise, you can't grand theft the beast and stop him nuking. I mean, I've seen videos of people soloing the beast, but they're exploiting to do it, so... Yeah, you're going to have a trader grand theft him. If you've got an MP, even better. On top, so if you've got a trader, an MP, and who else? Well, actually, not even, in place of the dock, a crack, because their init debuff is easier to land than uncontrollable body tremors, UBT. So even though UBT is a higher init debuff, it's much harder to land for the doc. And when you're there with the doc, well, the doc's concentrating on healing the team, isn't he? Or at least the tank, you would hope. Yeah, but the Enfo needs a lot of nanopool to recast layers and such. Cars, even with Ward and, you know, direct taunt, they're still working uphill on that fight. I don't know how many beast runs I've done and how many times I've killed them, but enough to see every single possible drop the beast has 10 times. So I don't know how many that is, but it's a few. Leg shot's cool, yeah. Like Sector 42. You know, having the snare, the AoE snare from Fixer there is gold. But without a shackles of obedience from a crat on some of the other mobs there, it's very difficult. That 27-minute snare is gold in that raid. Collector on live is hard AF. Yeah, I've gone out and done that with other people, and I was on a keeper, and the guy that we were doing it with was all like, sit in the stuff that dots you. We'll do everything, we just need your aura. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't know who he thought was playing the keeper. Maybe thought the keeper was a noob or something. I don't know. But yeah, that was an interesting experience, especially when I out-damaged him. Yeah, you could use the tree on an Advi for the collector. They nerfed it, though. They nerfed it. Right. IR. Getting a beer. They're going down too well, you know. They really are. I should slow down. But I don't seem able to. Back in a minute. Finally found a good use of Advi, and they removed that as well. Yeah, Advi's really got some stick with 18.7. I almost quit game because I'd been maining an Advi for 15 years at that point. And I was like, what have you done to my beautiful boy? It was kind of, it did feel like that, I gotta be honest. Don't you come at me, I have Smurf's heel pet. Yeah, Advi was a good utilitarian kind of class to play. You know, the PvP crowd made loads of noise and offered hundreds of different nerfs to make Advi weaker in a PvP fight. And instead of picking 2 or 3, Funcom listened to their whining and went, yeah, let's implement, well, all of those. And just killed it off as a class. They really did. Not sure what to roll. Well, just roll whatever you normally like playing, you know. If you like Keeper, make a Keeper. If you like Advi, make an Advi. If you like NT, make an NT. If you like MP, make one of them, you know, and so on and so forth. Or, you know, maybe make 2 different characters and play those. You know, it's up to you. You can literally make one of everything and then start playing them and figure it out from there, you know. Right, you. I don't want you disappearing in the hill. Where can I pull you to? I'm pretty sure you did last time. Or pretty much almost did. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, maybe there. Maybe there. Razil, welcome to the stream. Yeah, don't feel you've got to figure it all out in 5 minutes at character creation. You know, make one of everything, play them for a couple of hours and see how you feel about them, you know. And we could solo like so much shit back in the day. Yeah, we could. They were fun to play. You could achieve a lot. It took work, it took effort. It took coordination and timing, but you could do it. So it was fun and challenging and not in any way overpowered. They were just quite defensive with the right setup in PvP because they had their own complete heal and also could use the complete heal from Awakened Beast Armor, and apparently that made them OP. They were like second best healer in the game, plus did some fair damage. Yeah, really quite tanky in PvE. Now Keepers are kind of that, you know. I used to love Advi because I could solo shit, you know. I spent a lot of time in the early days of the game playing solo and having to figure it out on a pistol Advi, then went melee, then, you know, at a time when everyone else was going melee, I was like, no, I like my pistols. No, I like my melee. And everyone was like, oh, Pain of Patricia and Reign of Pain, or whatever the pistols were called. I was like, they're too slow, I can't be full death. And everyone was going, no, you're nerfing yourself with those. And then we got Inner Sanctum, Gelid Blades, and I was like, full death. Pew, pew. 1-1. You know, so, yeah, swings and roundabouts, it comes around. At one point, at about level 200, all I had to do pre-perks was swap out implants, and I could switch between melee and pistol. I had enough IP to do that, which is nuts. But that's when the implant cap was 200, and it was easy to change. There were no perks to juggle. It's like superior first aid, swap out implants from bag 1 to bag 2, right, and pistol now, and run around pistols. Which is kind of weird, I know. Is Sandy Piece of Goo on PRK? Just thinking about wrist items at this level. Sandy piece of goo. Yeah, that. It's got some evades and other stuff on it. Sandworm, desert north of Temple of the Three Winds. Can't remember the level of those, but they're quite nice wrist items. It's 314. Oh, the types. Yeah. I can't remember the type that had Dimash, Fast Attack and Brawl on it, but yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, whatever the hell number it was allocated. Because you got the bio upgrade types, and they varied a lot. Oh my god, my spelling. Anarchy line. Cry. Orch 1HE. Didn't find the answer I was looking for. I can never spell the bloody weapon. Has it got Y in it somewhere? No. Oh god. AI weapons. There we go. Yeah, so it'd be type something. So we want Brawl, Dimash, Fast Attack. Wasn't it an axe? Ah, 240. There you go. Is that the one you mean? Yeah, there you go. That's the one I'm thinking of anyway. I had those forever on my Advi. Because you had the glory perk as well. It gave you a tiny bit more addle off. They were so good as weapons. They were tight, they were fast, they looked cool. You know, yeah. Kier Och. Yeah, what the... Come up with a better name. Would MA trader work? Well, yeah, you've still got your drains, so you can get your MA skill up pretty damn high, and then you just need to calculate MA fist as a weapon. Yeah, I had Sword of Wonder, the other one from Shadowlands. I sold them after I got the Kier Och 240s. As soon as I got a pair of them on at quality 300, I was like, yeah, I don't need these anymore. I never and sold them on. I think I sold the quality 260 or whatever, the highest level version that drops. I had one. I think I remember selling it for like 260 million, thinking I'm so rich now. And at the time, I actually was. It might even have been 600 mil I sold it for. I can't remember, but it was a lot back in the day. Sword of Wonders 260, Sword of Curiosities 259. Yeah, something like that. One is just slightly better than the other. But I had the 260 and it dropped on, oh god, some Inferno diner. I can't remember now. Oh, but it's so cool to have it. It really was. In fact, I think the only thing it had over the Kiroch weapons was it had sneak attack on it as well. But I wasn't into the... I mean, Advies have backstab, but yeah, you kind of needed to have a weapon with that on it to, excuse me, use sneak attack, backstab. Which, when you're soloing, is maybe 1 out of 10 times you might land a backstab. versus in a team where you'll land it pretty much every time it cycles, unless you're the one that the mob is on, you know. Seems challenging to start from scratch. Yeah, no, it absolutely is. And if that's not a challenge in a game that you're going to enjoy, then you're not going to have a great time on the server. But, I mean, everyone else on the server has gone through that same process, you know, so... I have on my characters. Since the last wipe, I've had help, but no one's handed me a bunch of shit like you can do for yourself on live. The wreck zone was cool. I hope they had it. Well, you know, maybe. But it would be the wreck zone without daily missions, because daily missions are not a thing on PRK. The offices are there, but you can't enter them and you can't pull missions from them, nor can you do dojas, nor can you pull the complete 3 dailies and get an extra reward mission from ICC either. When you look at all those other additional XP boosts that you get on live, it's no wonder that, you know, within 2 days on a character, you're at the upper 150s. Because the game is now built up that way to get you to level as quickly as possible. Do you remember Kalos, my very first Advi? Yeah, Nano Mage Advi, who was completely broken. It was pre-IP reset. What was the long-ass weapon you used on Shade? Oh, the triple O weapon? I can't remember now. It'll be in the bank somewhere. It was something I used between Fearforged blades and these Omnimed scalpels. Everyone used it in PvP back in the day. Piercing Evil? That was quite a good PvP weapon. But it was 2-hand piercing. Yeah, Piercing Evil. I think. Hang on. Yeah, it looks like a one-handed sword, but it actually isn't. Spear of Forbidden Ceremony. Oh, yeah, it could have been that as well, yeah. Which, that one weapon was only as good as a Medi-Blade, but was half as fast. So you needed twice as much in it to get it up to the same attack speed and recharge. Dear PRK support team. What the fluff is this? I'm writing you to appeal the permanent ban on my account, specifically characters Metahole and not sure how to pronounce it, as well as other characters under the same login. I understand Metahole was banned for using automation software. I want to be completely honest. Metahole used a program to automate movement. It was only used to follow his engineer helper. He got follow for that. Because the doctor class is very difficult to solo missions with. No, it's not. It's just slow. This is also a one-time mistake. He deeply regrets it. Is it though? However, it's important not to detail like here. 2 different people were playing on that account. Oh, so you're sharing accounts as well. Verify this, checking the eye, fully accept Met Hole. Dude, I don't think that's the way to go, dude. I just don't. You know. Doctors are not difficult to solo on. They're just slow to solo on. You can out-heal just about everything they encounter. It just fucking takes forever to kill anything because your attack skills are always crap. No matter what you choose. MA, pistol, rifle, SMG, two-hand edge, it doesn't matter. They're all dark blue and you're crap at them. So, you know. But you can heal like the best in the entire game. Dan for using third-party software to automate. I want to admit that I automated, but also don't want to be banned. Well, I didn't do it. It was my mate John, who I share the account with. Why? They're free. Why would you share an account with someone when both of you can make an account for free? I mean, I'm just saying it doesn't sound like a very strong argument, is what I'm saying. Sorry, being a bit of a cynic and having been a boss in many situations, just not a very, I mean, oh, I got some spare Pred armor boots. Anyone else need Pred armor? Because I can't wear 2 pairs of boots, apparently. But I just got some, which is cool. Put them on the keeper. I don't think you can you? Oh, maybe you can. Maybe I will, yeah. By the way, there is no PRK support team. Well, you know, interesting choice. I don't get why would you share your account when accounts are completely free on the server? I'm slightly confused by that. I shared my nothing a month account. Well, why? Like, live that way. Newswire. Oh, God. If it's drama, I don't know if I want to see it. I just go, what's the rules for this server? Okay, I accept the rules. And then I play on it. I mean, really? Why is that difficult? I'm going to look. Where the hell's Newswire gone? Has it moved? In general, my post. New people joining. Regarding the latest ban, that's why you don't share accounts. Lol. I use 2 different devices, but I've only got 1 account. Yeah. I can't see IRK Newswire on the Discord. I mean, oh, hang on. I just moved something on screen. No, I just moved the wrong thing as well. All right, okay. Is it me, or has Newswire disappeared from my thing? I can't see it. Am I banned from it? What's happened? top left, show all channels. Just goes back. Yeah, that's weird. Important. Rubi-ka. Arrival. Tuesday with Tony. Announcements. Yeah, hang on. Let me... Right. Close Discord. Never normally need to, but gonna do it. Right. Reopen and... Yeah, it's gone. What? What the fluff? Yeah, I can't see it. I can't see it at all. Server guide. Channels and roles. Browse channels. Yeah, I remember seeing IRRK Newswire, but I can't... It's there. Was that... Did I somehow untick it? View. Why would that not be there? Why you new over here? What have I done? I've done something on Discord and it's broken it. Announcement Tuesday. So polls. Can I drag it over? I mean... All messages. No, it's not going back over there. Why have I got to go look for it? That's weird. Turn it off and back on again. Off. Oh no, it's suggested. It's a suggested one now. What the absolute Donald Duck? No, general announcements. Why can't I move it where it should be? Discord is having a moment. Yeah, I could do without this one, but I'd rather... Anyway. So, Newswire. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking, oh, I can't see it. Up to here. Go to the picture, show it all. Show all channels. Oh, I think that maybe fixed it. Well, I wonder how I'd done that then. I must have, like, noob clicked my way into that. I don't know. Announcements. It's gone again. Look. Server, channels and roles, announcements, welcome. Arrival hall, general. It's gone. What the... Why? How? It was just suggested. Hang on. All channels. No, I'm not leaving the server. Don't be stupid. That's not going to fix anything. Tuesday with Tony's, rules, welcome, links, polls. And it's gone again. It's down on the list. Off topic. Newswire. Why is it? It used to be up here at the top. Who did this? You can't go around confusing old people like that. That's elder abuse, that is. I'm sure that used to be in the top 3 at the top. Oh dear. Oh dear. So, blah, 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 blah. It's easier to read here. The font's bigger. Aiken. No. Sorry, but I'm just sorry that I find that funny. That feels very cruel. to laugh at that, but it was like Bugs Bunny doing it. You know, no. You know the one I mean. I don't know why that amuses me, but it does. Why share an account on a free server? I mean, just tell your man he's playing the game, he's installed the software. The fuck does he need to log into your account for? Everyone gets 2 accounts and it's free. Why would you even need to? I'm just not buying it. I'm just not buying it. You know, the cynic in me is going, that don't make no sense. I mean, I think the PRK dev team have been very explicit about the use of third-party software. I don't, you know, I mean, it's free, dude. Oh yeah, sorry. Very very. That's the one I missed. Explicit about the rules. No, nothing on you. Okay. Ghostmaster.
Very bitties less than 3.
Very bitties less than 3. Thank you very much. I need that as a ringtone now. Well, you know, just hit the clip button and I'm sure it's there. Somewhere there would be, it would be there, wouldn't it? 100 bits used is not less than 3. Yeah, but if you do less than 3, so if you know how this works. So if you do, that's what it's reading. Tolagarth, so I can't use any third-party software that makes characters look like porn stars. What a shame. Do you want to roleplay as a porn star? I mean, nothing's stopping you. But I don't see why you need 3 third-party mods for that. You can walk around in a seaweed bikini. Yeah, sir, madam, this is not Final Fantasy 16? No, 14. That's a thing. I haven't done Roman numerals in a while.
Less than 3 trying again bitties.
If you use less than 3 to get the heart symbol, it's going to read that. That's how Brian works. He's, you know, he's a very literal person, is Brian. I made a fat Solitus dock, and before I made it, someone gave me a backpack with, you know, the I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the very revealing seaweed, coral, something bikini, and said, wear that on the Solitus dock. So on my fat, bald Solitus dock, I put it on and zoomed in sideways as they ran along and went, there you go. What? This is what you asked for, isn't it? Polbear! Gifted subs ×5. My God, you've done a lot of that lately. 123 to the channel, so you gifted a tier 1 sub to Joker Dan, Kilvnand, Radi Saduk, Jons Kavardon, and ASCII Zero. Thank you very much for the gifted subs, and remember, if you've received a gifted sub, please remember to thank the person that gifted it to you. Yes, indeed. To David Attenborough and such. What? Yeah. Is he on Twitch? I don't think he is. He's like 100 years old. You know. Not saying he couldn't be on Twitch. I'm just saying that he's probably not. Yes. Log me into Twitch. I want to watch a stream with an old Welshman. Let's break Neurosampus hype train record. What the hell is Neurosamas hype train record? I don't know what that is. He needs a stream like Bob Ross. You don't need to. You can go to iPlayer and watch Life on Earth for free. The whole series that's an introduction to, life on Earth, basically. How it all works, how one thing led to another, environment, and everything else. Yeah, it's brilliant. I grew up on it. It's amazing stuff. Neurosama is a streamer that holds, like, top 3 hype train records, I think. Well, yeah, that's not happening on my little, tiny, minuscule, barely exists channel, is it? I mean, it'd be nice, but I very much doubt it. I'm getting a beer. Oh my God. Bob Ross, yeah. There's no mistakes, there's just happy little accidents. This isn't my real hair, but I was so famous for my perm, I had to keep perming my hair. And in real life, I really fucking hated it. Anyway, back in a sec. Bob Lee, so I don't have to sit down and use the heal packs. What? Well, you could if you don't, that would be first aids in AO anyway. You've collected all of the level 1 emotes. Show me. My chest is on the way. Okay. I'm waiting. I'm watching this kind of counter thing go down. Now, this is a beer I accidentally left in the freezer a couple of days ago, and because I didn't know if the can had split, put it in the sink and let it defrost since lunchtime. So it's going to be a very cold beer, I think. Oh, hell yeah, that's as cold as it gets before it freezes, for sure. But it's very refreshing. It's actually cooled down quite a bit where I am. It's rained about 3 or 4 times today, and we've got like a Scandinavian air coming down, which is it's kind of my natural habitat, I feel. Okay, it's done it, but it didn't give me any new thingamy. What's it? Yeah, I sort of heard it, and I was like, it's raining! Oh! And this is the UK. We are so used to rain. It's such a normal sort of thing in Britain. I mean, we are essentially a very damp little island north of the continental USA, not Alaska, but pretty much all of the UK is further north than everywhere in America. And yet our temperatures are far warmer than they've got any right to be whatsoever because of the Gulf Stream and, the Atlantic flow and all that. But normally we get a hell of a lot of rain. We're a very damp little island. So all our houses are built around the idea of keeping heat inside them. Double glazing, lots of insulation, dual, all of that. And then we get a bit of 30 degrees Celsius heat, whatever that is, in freedom units, which ironically named for the colonial British Empire's weights and measures units. The fact America still uses them and calls them freedom units, I find hysterical. The irony is not lost. Yeah, you know that whole thing, pounds, ounces, Fahrenheit. That's all the colonial British Empire's measurements that you're using. Whereas, the Statue of Liberty and all that, they invented centigrade and metric. And yet you want to use the other one and call it freedom units. Okay, that's how you want to go. 86 freedom units. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so the country that beheaded its own ruling class and gifted the Statue of Liberty to the United States when they declared independence and sent troops to help them win that independence. Apparently that's tyrannical to use that measuring system. So they hang on to the colonial British Empire's measuring system and claim it's freedom units. I'm like, wait, what? I don't know why that is. That just I don't get it. I don't know what they teach in schools in America, but the kind of, they're not really freedoms, Yeah, but America didn't invent the British Imperial Colonial Empire's measuring units. They inherited them. I don't know. I don't know why Americans today still call them freedom units when clearly centigrade and the metric system is clearly the freedom units by the country that guillotined Marianne, whatever her bloody name was, let them have cake lady, and all the other toffs that were ruling over them for centuries. And yet they do use it without realizing they're using it. This is the other thing. So when you're talking about a camera lens, you go, oh, well, this is filmed in, 35 mil. Yeah, that'd be millimeters. So 3.5 centimeters. You know, and all camera aspects and everything else is US military uses metric. I don't know. I'm not in the US military, so I don't know. But, you know, you've got 9mm pistols and such, haven't you? Yeah, there you go. Just saying. It creeps in on you. 99% of all science, yeah. The reason I like centigrade is frozen water, 0 degrees. Boiling water, 100 degrees. See how simple that is? If it's below 0, it's below freezing. If it's above 30, it's pretty warm. Freedom units have been defined in metric units since the 60s. Don't tell the Yanks. No, I mean, the metric system's older than the 60s. So, yeah, it's like it's a couple of centuries old even. Do you know how we got Fahrenheit? It wasn't based on any observation. So a guy realizing the expansion of a liquid under temperature, so he gets a glass vial, and before he puts any liquid in the glass vial, makes a bunch of marks on it. Arbitrary, but they're all equally distanced. Then he puts the liquid in. The amount of liquid they put in isn't specified. And then they measure, you know, oh, boiling is this number of marks I made randomly on this glass vial, and freezing is this number of units I made on this random piece of glass tube. And that's how Fahrenheit is done. And like miles, we still use miles in the UK. But the integer for miles is feet. It's 5,048 feet, which just sounds like a drunk octopus came up with it. You know, I mean, 0 is 30 Fahrenheit, 30 F. Who cares? Fucking what they did was go, okay, that's a frozen piece of ice, right? And then, well, actually, centigrade is based upon Kelvin, which is the absolute measurement of temperature. So 0 degrees Kelvin is impossible to reach. You can get very close. You can get very, very, very close, but you can't actually reach it. So when you measure the color temperature of any light bulb, so daylight is what, 2,700 K? K stands for Kelvin. Kelvin immediately ties into centigrade. The integers are all the same. So 200 and whatever it is, Kelvin is in fact 0 degrees Celsius and measures along exactly the same. It's weird, man. That just freaks me out. This disparity of, like, we're not going to use the rest of the world thing because freedom. We're going to use the guys we beat in the War of Independences measuring units. And then call them freedom units. What? It's just very confusing from the outside. Sorry. Pretty sure they made temperature colder than absolute 0. Wrong. No one has been able to create 0 degrees Kelvin in any laboratory anywhere, in space or on Earth. You can't go colder than absolute 0. The actual point, coldest artificial temperature ever made is 38 picokelvins, 38 trillionths of degrees above absolute 0. Yeah, above absolute 0, dude. You can get super duper close, but you are still above absolute 0. If it's bigger than 0, it's not below it. There is no negative Kelvin. The number doesn't exist in science. Absolute 0 is 0 heat energy. You can't reach absolute zero. You can Google why you can't, and it's because it's physically impossible. Hoggermen, they have not gone below absolute zero. 38 trillionths of a degree above absolute zero is above absolute zero. Warmer. Dude. Yeah, and the reason you can't is you would have to stop atoms vibrating. The only way you're going to get to absolute zero, okay, is the heat death of the universe, which is probably another 100 billion years away. Maybe. No one has gone below it. They haven't. Okay? You can't stop atoms vibrating. They cease to be atoms. You can get 38 trillionths of a degree above absolute zero, but you can't get below it or to it. Diminishing returns is the other thing. In any process that removes heat energy, there are diminishing returns. It's the chasing the rainbow thing. You are smart. I guess it comes with age. No. I'm not smart. Yeah, I've read thousands of scientific articles and I understand the race for absolute zero. It was a scientific kind of Olympics for, like 100 years. Once it was postulated as a possible temperature, the scientific race to reach it started, and over the 100 years they realized, you can't get there because you have to stop atoms behaving like they're atoms and having vibration and movement, and we can't do that. There's no way to remove that amount of energy, because to remove the energy you have to have something below 0 degrees Kelvin in order to remove or absorb, if you like, the energy from it. Pressure drops, nothing would do it. Nothing we understand can do it. No one has gone below absolute zero. Don't say that again, because it's not true. There you go. Yeah, people will hang on to things for the most bizarre reasons. They feel like they own them. I don't like kilometers per hour, even though they make sense, because I'm used to miles per hour, even though measurement of a mile is weird. You got to remember, miles, you're kind of going back to the Roman Empire and whatnot. It's just weird. Like an inch is based on 3 grains of fucking whatever, 3 grains of corn, when corn wasn't genetically modified like it is today. A foot was the average size of a man's foot, and it's crazy, man. The measurements we've come up with are just like, okay. But in every UK car, you got miles an hour on the outside of the speedo, and then under the first ring is kilometers per hour. So I could drive my car anywhere in Europe and I would know how many kilometers per hour I was doing, because the speedo would tell me. I can tell my car to read out a digital speed as well, and it will tell me what the speed is in kilometers or anything else. Does it show light speed as well? No, it's the diesel Jag. Obviously the V8 does, but the diesel one doesn't. Although it gets pretty close. This last three streams of farming pred armor has gone spectacularly well versus the others. Miles per hour is stupid, but it's easy to think in miles. Once your brain has kind of wrapped itself around how long it takes to walk a mile, your brain is really good at kind of gauging the distance between point A and point B. Mile is tied to paces, yeah. What's the thing with miles? How many? Let's go for, okay, so the subdominant would be how many yards in a mile is 1609.344 or 5,280 feet. Yeah, the foot measurement is literally based on your foot. The same when they measure horses. Horses are measured in what? What are they measured in? Hands. How did they arrive at the measurement? The average person, men generally have bigger hands than women, but not always. The amount of hands tall a horse is. Because you don't put your foot up to a horse, because you'll fall over, because they're generally taller than your shoulder if they're any kind of size as a horse. Ponies? I don't know. Maybe they could have used feet, but anyway. How many yards in a mile? 1,609 and a bit of change. It's not even fucking accurate. It's not even an exact amount of bloody yards, which is the next one up from feet. But it is a specific amount of feet, which is, what was it, 5,280. 1,760 yards in a mile. How many meters in a kilometre? 1,000. It's so simple. It's like decimalisation. And I get it, because UK money used to be completely different. You know, now we're decimalised. We have been since 1971, 72, something like that. Before that, we had pounds, shillings, and pence. And it was the most fucking... Why would you go that way? Numeracy system for money. It was just bonkers. Honestly, British money pre-decimalisation was just ridiculous. You had a sixpence, a halfpenny, you had all these other coins, and fucking when you look at it from the outside, you're like, "What the is this?" You know. I mean, the British are responsible for a lot of shit, and that's definitely one of them. You know. Use kilograms and tons. Oh, yeah. I can think of weight in kilograms so easily in the UK. Because if you go buy a bag of sugar, it's 1 kilogram. You buy a litre of pretty much most liquids, it's a kilogram. You know, so stones is stupid. Yeah, I can't even tell you how many fucking pounds and ounces are in a stone, but I know how much a stone is. Somehow. I'm like 15, maybe 16 stone. No idea what that is in kilograms. What is that in kilograms? Because here's the thing. If you figure it out in kilograms, then, yeah. So, hang on. 16. Let's prefix UK stone in kilos. Wait, I don't want a chart. I just want the answer. 16 stone in kilos. No, that's 6 stone. That's not the answer. What the fuck? Oh, God. All. Right, 16 stone is 101 kilos. Right, there we go. So 101.6. So let's call it 102. 102. Okay. 102 kg. kg in US. You measure it in pounds, don't you? And US pounds are not the rest of the world's pounds, by the way, that still use the imperial system. So I weigh I call it 225 pounds. There you go. $12 is divisible by 3 and 4, so is a better unit of currency than decimal, which is divisible by 1. 5. Yeah. Yeah, so in the US, I'm 225 pounds. There you go. $16, yeah, but no, it's not, because pounds and ounces are different in the US than they are in the old UK system. They're actually different. This is what's so weird about the system. And gallons are different in the US than they are anywhere, like in the UK. It is so weird. Why is it different? There's probably an historical reason for it, but buggered if I know what it is. You have to watch something like James Burke Connections or some history show that explains why fluid ounces and other ounces are different. A metric ton is also different than a freedom ton. Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally different. The measurement system is so weird. So, I'm sure if I go UK pounds to US pounds, it's not 1-1. It's weird. Oh no, it's trying to do currency. So this is the weird thing. Oh, it is the same amount, right? Okay, so UK. This is weird. The weight of liquids is counted differently. Yeah, so and the original gallon, the imperial gallon, which is what it's based on, is 1.2 US gallons. So gallons in the UK are bigger or have more volume than US gallons. The fucking what? How is that a thing? Yeah, fucking why though? That's my thing. Fucking hell. Yeah, metric ton is 1,000 kilos. What's 1,000 kilos in anything else? Yeah. And like every other country in the world uses metric because it's not different by name anywhere else. So 1,000 kilos or metric ton in every country in the world is exactly the same mass. There's no difference. It's just so weird that it would be different anywhere else with the same name. Why? Why would you do that? Everything's bigger in the US. It's exaggerated in the US because 1 gallon in the UK is worth nearly 3 gallons in the US. So the US gallons are therefore smaller than the UK gallons. So when I get, I don't know, 60 to the gallon out of my car, I'm driving a third further than you are in the US for the same gallon because your gallons are smaller. What the fuck is that? How the hell can anyone figure anything out? You know, it's just weird. It's just weird that it's a thing. Why would you do this? You know? I put a gallon of fuel in, and I have 0.2 more fuel in the UK than I have a US petrol station. What the hell? What the hell is a long ton? I don't know. A long ton is 1.12 short tons. I don't even know what that is. I have never heard that term in the UK. I'm sure you're right, but in the UK it's not a thing. 1 gram equals 1 centimetre cubed of water. It does. In fact, yes, it does. A long term, the difference from UK to US, yeah. So they use a butchered version of the Imperial Colonial Empire of the British Empire's measurement system that we abandoned, 180 years ago? But the guys in France who gave you the metric system and the Statue of Liberty, oh, no, we're not going to use that. I mean, I've seen videos where it's like the UK, and as well as the US, but especially the US, will use any measurement of anything rather than use the metric system. You know, meteorite strikes the Earth. It's the size of a small chihuahua, but weighed over the same as 3 cows. You know, they will literally measure it in absolutely anything other than a discernible consensus measurement. It's just fucking, why would you do that? There is a stretch of highway. What type of cows? Well, exactly. Are they Shetland? Are they Highland? Are they Angus? Are they... You know, I mean, there's a lot of cows out there. They ain't all the same. Matt Rose did a good one. And Britain's just as bad at this. Britain is equally as bad. No two ways about it. I'm not sure what the video's called. Anything but the Metro. It's like 3-year-old video. It's fucking brilliant.
You might look at me here when you...
Yeah, here's the video. It's fucking funny though, because Britain is just as bloody bad as all of you. So there you go. There's his video. And for the YouTubes, there's his video as well. I think the guy's brilliant. I think his video editing skills are top notch. And it makes me laugh. He really does. Anyway, he does this, anything but the metric system. And I'm not going to play his video, but you should 100% check him out. Yeah, there you go. It's true. The third of a pound burger failed in America because they thought quarter pounds were bigger. And then someone has actually commented, yeah, they are. No, a third is bigger than a quarter. Do you even fractions, bro? And they said 0.33, that's a third, is bigger than 0.25, that's a quarter. And they went, I don't know what these symbols mean. And it's like, well, then you shouldn't probably be getting involved in that discussion then, should you? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I was like, watch the video. Dude did not pass. Yeah, no, a quarter is one of 4 parts making up the whole. A third is 1 part of 3 parts making up the whole. No, four is bigger than 3. It must mean it's bigger. Okay. How do you even? I was fucking 6 years years old and I understood that. What the... Sorry. Oh my god. We did have helpful tools in the classroom. Like we had 3 blocks of wood that made a circle, and 4 blocks of wood that made a circle, 5 blocks of wood that made a circle, and so on. So we had like half, and then we had thirds, quarters, and up the scale as physical. You know, they'd cut circles of wood that fit together, and you could visually see, oh, this bit's bigger than that bit, and you understood that the whole, the 3 made up the whole. Therefore, the lower the denominator, the bigger the piece. A half pounder is bigger than a third pounder, and twice as big, in fact, as a quarter pounder. You know, and so on and so forth. It was so easy to understand because we had, like, physical props to demonstrate it. You know, you picked them up, you went, oh, that bit's heavier than that bit. Hoggerman, 1 mob in a mission, and I got 100% mission reward. That is a bugged mission. But good job. Yeah, I don't get some of the things we do. It's just like, but why though? You know? Token boards, yeah, I do more of them on the Shade, but Shades can't use token boards. It's 18.4. We're not allowed. We're dirty little Shades. We're not allowed to use them. I remember in the Shadowlands beta, keepers could only use symbionts. They couldn't use implants. And then they kind of changed it. But, you know, but initially in the Shadowlands beta, which I was in, I was very weird. That of all of Rubi-ka, the only area that was open, okay, get this, was Borealis. That you couldn't go anywhere else. The Wampa wouldn't take you there. You couldn't grid there. You couldn't do the fixer grid. You know, it was just... Yeah, but why though? Go, you're here to test Shadowlands. Yeah, but we need to get our gear first. No, not allowed. Denied. You know, it was... Honestly, God, it was the weirdest thing. Bronze, third of a pound burgers used to be the best. I'd eat one any day. How many levels have you got farming Pred armor? I think in fact 4. I'm not 100% on that because I've kind of like come and gone a few times, but I think overall probably 4 levels. Ish. Okay, frozen can of beer defeated. I'm gonna get another beer. Won't be long. Back in a minute. Yeah, I think genuinely about 4 levels farming pred. The drop rate's low on PRK, but it is also low on live, on test live, and any other variants. That's something else I've noticed as well, and I'm kind of disappointed by it, is that test live doesn't seem to be a thing anymore. I don't know what's going on there, but you can't log in. It says server down. That newswire. No. What's the... I don't know what the... Is it Bugs Bunny? No. Or something. I'm sure that's the one I'm thinking of. How about no? Just play the bloody game. You fucking share your account. Why? You fucking make 100 accounts and let your buddy make one. I mean, fucking what are you doing? That's not an excuse for using automation. Being a doc and not being able to do things. Yes, you can. Stop talking shit. Of course you can do things. It just takes a long time. I've played doc to level 220. Geared them out, maxed them out for maximum heal potential with all the plus % healing. They're good fun. Does it take half an hour to kill something? Yeah. But it's a doc. It's not meant to be running around killing everything. Oh, God. I don't know. Yeah, the thing is a thing. Oh, my God. I've just lots of G's and B's into the YouTube chat, almost. Yeah, I mean, that is a bit of a classic. That is a little bit of a classic. I may need to screenshot that. But bloody channel disappeared again. What the hell? What am I doing? It's not Discord. It's got to be me that's getting it wrong. Arrival hall, announcements, links, polls. It vanished on me again. Oh no, there it is. Where's it? Oh, okay. And they've been banned. Players banned. Meta Hall and Key and apparently banned immediate effect. Breach alert news and backup required, and then for some reason they felt the need to publicly send a message where everyone can see. I've got to do keck. I have to do keck. There is no other appropriate response. Can I post in here? Oh, guys, you need to lock this off. You can't let idiots like me post in here. Look, I'm just going to post memes. That's stupid. You shouldn't let me in here. Anyway. I'm way too stupid to be posting anything in there. What are you doing? Send your emails of complaint to I don't give a fuck at fuckyou.whocares.com. Tolof Garth, I got lost in that. Yeah, he's fucking good. Matt Rose is a fucking legend, mate. He's a legend. His videos are brilliant. It's not just his delivery, which is actually excellent. I think on a comedic level, if he did stand up like that with a screen behind him, the fucking crowd would be howling. But he probably makes more money doing it on YouTube. And the thing that I noticed, because I edit videos, I've made, 2,000 AO videos. I know about video editing a bit. The way he reveals text with comedic timing, that's super duper fucking hard to do. To nail that, it's like nailing editing over music, and the guy's really, really good at what he does. He deserves everything he's got from it. He absolutely does, in my mind. Yeah, his voice is funny, yeah. And I went back and I was like, how did this guy get started with this? This kind of has a familiar kind of theme to it. Do you remember there was a video that did the rounds, but it was like 10 years ago now. One guy did a video and he had a good kind of radio voice maybe. And he was reading Yahoo questions about pregnancy or something. Am I pregnant? And he read literally what people that can't spell typed. And fucking hell, it was funny. And one of his earliest videos was like, I'm making this video because whatever the YouTuber or whoever they were hadn't made any follow-up video to the one that, is even today is like hilarious. And he couldn't believe the guy hadn't followed up on it. So he said, well, I'm going to make one. And it's a little bit quiet, it's a little bit shy, not quite feeling my confidence yet. Fucking 10 videos in, the guy's on a roll and he's off, fucking hell. It's really sussed it out, like, fuck it, just do it. And he does videos, and while he's doing the live action stuff, so where he's going, I'll try eating a plastic fork. Ow. Oh, that was a really stupid thing to do. His fucking wife's filming him and laughing her head off at him. He absolutely does it. He's got great comedic timing. His editing is 100% on point. I couldn't do that in a million years. That would kill me to edit videos that well. It would take weeks of work to try and catch what he does with his video editing, because he reveals parts of quotes and other things he's reading, but he does them with comedic timing. It's like, oh, that's so hard to do. Fair dues to him. I think he's brilliant. I really do. I mean, I may be comedic accidentally from time to time, but it's like not something I could repeat or edit video toward, and he can do that. And that's his gift. And yeah, he's worked on it. He's brilliant. Matt Rose, everyone, go subscribe to Matt Rose. He needs more subs. He's only got like 1.3 million, but he deserves them. He absolutely deserves them. Ghostmaster, wait a minute. I solved it. What? Solved what? I'm just going back to the... Yeah, you can't see the meme I posted, but apparently other people can.
This is less than 3.
One is less than 3. Oh, well, yeah, that is accurate. Yeah, I think he's kind of doing an act, and I don't mean that in any disrespectful way. I mean, every comedian ever is doing an act. It's like saying, oh my God, this actor was pretending to be someone else. Yeah, that's kind of the job, right? You know what I mean? So, yeah. Telegraph. I was actually a short-lived streamer nearly 10 years ago. It didn't work out when I looked at my own videos. I just deleted them all. Oh, dude. It was absolutely terrible. I was trying to play games I dislike. But wait, though. Hate playing a game is a thing. That is a genre, okay? I'm not saying you're wrong to do it. If you didn't like them and you didn't feel they represented you well and you weren't comfortable with it, totally get it, right? I have videos where I almost think I should totally delete that video. But I don't, because it's part of the history of learning to do something. But I came from an advantaged position to YouTube. I'd been an entertainer for years. I'd worked in working bands. I was used to having an audience. So I knew how to kind of project a little bit. You know, be who you are, but project it in an entertaining matter, in an entertaining way. Now, I just fucking do what I want. I don't care. I don't think about it. If it's funny, great. If it's not, sorry. You know. Yeah, no, you can't do that. Yeah, if your heart's not in it, it'll never click. It'll never work. But you could have hate-played games. And as I say, that is an actual thing. There are channels on YouTube that have vast, huge followings where they play games that they really think are shit. But as they're playing them, they're explaining why they think they're shit. For some people, yeah, I mean, it might not be content you would like to watch yourself, but it is content that people have an affinity for. They quite like some people going, oh my God, you know, the whole hate click thing and yada, yada, yada is a thing. No armor. No, we've got chest, gloves, and boots. We're doing okay. That's the Sennheiser HD 599. It is. Of the same headset. Been trying all kinds of headsets. I went with one that was amazingly comfortable to wear, even, you know, doing a 12-hour shift at work. And didn't make my ears sweat. And funnily enough, these were the only ones that met those criteria. Game Zero. Yeah, I had some other Sennheisers, but they're closed back. So on long periods of time, your ears get really sweaty and wet and uncomfortable. But the 599s, I mean, literally wear them 12 hours at work. Nothing. No problem. Because, I mean, my ears are reasonably large, but the headphones do not actually contact my ears in any way. So, yeah. The HD 600s would be the dream, but they're so expensive. But the 599s are actually pretty honest representation. There's a little bit of low-end boost, maybe. But I can, you know, someone comes up the stairs going, do you want them? I can hear them. I can hear the door ring and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, the open back side of it and the fact the foam is so comfortable and it's designed to sit over your ear, not touch your ear. So you could wear these with a pair of glasses. It wouldn't bother you, you know. Yeah, Sennheiser, you know, when you see the pilots on a commercial airline or in a helicopter and they got those big green headphones on. Sennheiser. That's what they do. They also make a microphone that you've heard a million voices down. It's called the Sennheiser 416 something mic. It looks like a small thin tube, but it is the most used microphone in Hollywood for recording live. So when someone's performing, they got that big mic above them. It's one of them. It's the 486. It's the 416 mic. Yeah, and if you've got closed back, and you try open back headphones you can hear the outside world through, that let your ears get fresh air, you'll never go back to closed. The only reason you go back to closed is you're doing some isolation listening. You're trying to hear nothing but what's been recorded. That's the only reason you use them. Or you're in a loud environment and need to hear exactly what you're working on and to, you know, kind of cut out anything in the background. That's when you use closed back. The boom mics, yeah. So a Sennheiser 416, I think it's called. Have I still got a... No, I haven't got a tab open. So, yeah, you've seen them with fur all over them. Oh, God. Now spell Sennheiser. Let's misspell it and let Google correct me. Yeah, thank you, Google. Sennheiser 416. Yeah. Fucking whatever. Dude, just let me. Yeah, there you go. Deny. Right. This tube, it's about the thickness of my, well, bit less than my thumb. My hands are quite big. It's about, oh god, I don't know. Anyway, it's as big as it is. Shotgun mic, that's it. Yeah, interference tube mic for film, radio, television. Blah 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 blah. MKH 416. So 99% of every movie you've seen since this microphone came out is you're hearing people through that microphone, except if they're doing ADR. ADR is when, you know, on set there was lots of shouting and other noises that they didn't intend to have in the movie. The actors do the scene, they record it with that boom mic, and then, yeah, there's a ton of noise and shit going on in the background, and they do ADR afterwards, which is they come in a studio environment, record what they were saying there and then, and try and get it lip synced and everything else. Not good to have tinnitus if you use closer. Use open back, you fucking won't get tinnitus. The whole point. It's another thing, yeah. I take these off, and it's like getting out of the Jag after 300 miles. You get out, it's like you never sat down. With these, it's very much the same sort of thing, you know? Yeah, when you see one of those, the 486 mic, doing outdoor broadcast, quite often you'll see them in a furry kind of cocoon. You know, this kind of furry dog thing going on. And all it does is stop any wind noise, so isn't happening, because wind impact into microphones to the microphone seems very loud, even though it probably isn't if you're there. HD 599, I think so, yeah, that's what I'm using. So HD 599 Sennheiser review, one up, blah 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 blah. Shopping, seemed to be, yeah, I paid about 100 for them. Best 100 quid ever for them. I got the cream ones. They were just on a deal on Amazon. It's what colour do you want the plastic bits? Who gives a shit? You know. So yeah, they're kind of cream. I couldn't care what colour they are. It's how they sound and feel is the only thing I care about. So yeah, there's that. The HD 600 is kind of the upgrade version of that, maybe. The higher, supposedly higher quality ones. And if I buy another pair, I'll probably buy them, because I wear these for work. And I do like 12 or 8 hour shifts with these on. At the end of the shift, people that I work with are going, oh my God, my ears ache, oh, I wish I didn't wear glasses, yada yada, because it's uncomfortable. And I'm like, get some Sennheiser HD 599s. They're not that expensive, you know. If you're going to work with it, how many ohm? I don't know, 16 or something. If you got any regular headphone amp in a audio system, they'll be there. How many ohm? I don't know. I can't see the box because it's upside down where I am. 50 ohm. There you go. So you don't need specialized amplifiers to use them. You could stick them in fucking any thing. Sound cards can handle max 150. Yeah, I don't use a sound card. I use a audio I/O. So it has XLR inputs and that kind of stuff. I use them for work, you know. So I'm talking to people for hours per day, and I need to be able to hear them clearly and yada, yada, yada. They're fine. I'm working in the insurance industry, listening to people in distress or on a shit phone with fucking speakerphone switched on, which people don't realise. When you've got speakerphone switched on, it cuts out nearly half of what you're saying in a noisy environment. So I go, what's the policy number, please? It's 1 yeah, are you on speakerphone? Yes I am. Can you switch it off? It's their phone that's difficult to hear. As soon as they switch it off, I'm like, yep, got you, found you, let's sort you out, you know. But it is like, I have to older people, I can say, well, when you're on speakerphone, it sounds like Norman Collier. And most of you will have no idea who that is, but he was a comedian, and the specialty of his act was pretending that the microphone or cable to it or whatever wasn't working properly. And his act was going, good evening, everyone. I'm Norman Collier. Welcome to the show. Have I told you about that? Microphone's not working. So he'd admit the swears by pretending that the microphone was cutting out on him. Norman Collier. You can Google him and watch some of his old shows. I don't know if he's still with us, but the guy was very clever. Yeah. Yeah, onboard sound cards for general use are perfectly fine and 100 times better than anything we started with back in 2000, let's say. But I work in detail critical insurance work, and these work fine for me. Sound Blaster used to be the shit. They really did. They used to be the shit. Sound Blaster today, this gimmicky, useless fucking brand that probably regrets every decision they've made ever since. They're terrible now. Honest to God, everything's about hyping the sound. Yeah, it's just gone to shit. Before that, they were very accurate. They supported MIDI and stuff like that. And so someone that works, you know, at the time in music, they were brilliant. They were like, oh, this is the way to go for Windows PC, you know. But they've just gone to shit now. Don't buy Sound Blaster now. They're crap. You know, get M Audio, Focusrite. If you want to do anything professionally, get decent gear like that without spending a gazillion dollars on it. You know, you will get clear, concise, accurate audio, and that's so important. And the howling disappeared into the floor. If I delete the crap that's on him, will the other one appear? He does, and he had crap on him as well. Okay. LucasArts Games. Little bit, yeah. It's all gone to crap now. George sold it, and God, I bet he regrets selling it. Look what they did to my beautiful boy. I'm pretty sure George has had a few of those moments watching the fucking latest Star Wars movies. Oh my God, they're awful. That's just my personal opinion. Doesn't make me right. If you like them, that's good for you. I got halfway through the second movie in a movie theatre, stood up, left my popcorn, handed it to the guy next to me and said, I'm done, and left. What can I tell you? I just thought it was so piss poor. It pissed all over the legacy of the story, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And just left. They fly. Is that in the third movie? Because if it is, I've never seen it, and I never will. I just don't want to watch that bullshit. That has nothing to do with what the original Star Wars, and even the prequels, which I wasn't keen on, are better than the new stuff. It's just garbage. That's just suits in a room that have no soul, no kind of humanity about them. They're all about the profit going, why don't you like it? It has more Star Wars in it. It's like, how can you fucking fuck that up? But they did. Thing is, Harrison Ford, who wanted to die at the end of the first movie, because he never wanted to reprise the role, only agreed to do it if they killed him off in the sequels. He was like, I'll do it, but you have to kill the character so I don't have to come back and do it anymore. This is Harrison Ford, probably the only actor in the entire movie from the original 1977 Star Wars. There was no fucking Chapter 4 at the top of the titles. There wasn't. I saw it live in the cinema on 16mm. Yada, yada, yada. No, it wasn't there back then. I remember distinctly. I also remember skateboards. Did they not happen either? No, I don't fucking think so. Yes, they did. They were small and mostly blue and had shit wheels, and you fell off a lot. And anyway, he said, I'll come back and do it, but only if you kill him off. And they fucked that up. I mean, not for Harrison, he died, but he was the only actor out of the original series that went on and had a movie career. I mean, Mark Hamill, at least, came in as a very successful voice actor at the time. Okay, not many people know this, but I remember reading the articles of the 70s at the time. He was quite famous as a voice actor in a 1970s Japanese cartoon. He was doing the English versions of stuff. Did Star Wars, became massively famous as Luke. And then afterwards, well, he did, what was it? Slipstream didn't land as well as Star Wars, let's say. Not a great film. And went back to voice acting and is most probably well known or completely unknown as the voice of the Joker in every Batman cartoon and game since then. And he's fucking brilliant at it as well. Yeah, he did the Batman animated series and he did tons of other stuff. He's a good actor as well. He's popped up a few times since, but he's almost cameoing, hey, I'm Mark Hamill. I'm going to die in this movie in the next 30 seconds. And does. You know, which is cool, but also, poor old Mark. Whereas, you know, fucking Harrison goes on and does Indiana Jones, plays the president, is the fucking escaped prisoner guy, and you know, that guy kind of like lived after the movie as an actor and has become massively famous and successful post Star Wars, but fucking pretty much no one else did. You know, Blade Runner, yeah, and then fucking Blade Runner. He's probably as famous for Blade Runner as he is for fucking Star Wars at this point. So I kind of feel bad for Hamill having the success of Star Wars and then we got nothing for you, dude. It was like, that's shit, man. I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you. Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper? Yeah, he's not very tall, unfortunately. Hey, you made the way you made, you know? Can't change your genetics. Okay, wounded and limping. Let's check out wounded. Nada. No pred armor for you. Did I see the bad lip-reading Star Wars movies? No, but it sounds good to me. Excuse me. Yeah, at the end of the tether now. Gonna have to end this stream fairly soonish. No, I'm gonna do the other two on the other side and call it a night. Is it only pants? Yeah, the armbands, I mean, would be nice. I'd love the head and arms, but yeah. Bad Lip Reading is a YouTube channel. One of the Star Wars movies has 160 million views. Then I have to watch it. I mean, it obviously, Yeah, so thus far, we have chest, gloves, boots. I would like legs. It's silly. Well, fucking most things that are funny are silly. That's the, one of the things that silly does. I need to pee. I'll be back in a sec. But I need to pee. There's been some interesting video channels on YouTube over the years. There really has. I can remember one which was what they did was they take a music video, totally remove the original audio, there's no song, and they would interject the sound of footsteps, breathing, general movement. They did all the Foley that would have been there when it was actually filmed. and call it, I can't remember what it's called, it's like soundless video, and you got like Mick Jagger, David Bowie, people like that making videos in the 80s, and they were all like, you know, sneakers, do you call them in the US? You know, so like rubber-soled shoes squeaking on the floor as they're moving around, and them going, it's all fucking Foley, and they created the Foley, added the correct amount of reverb and whatever for the sound stage they're on, and called it soundless music video. And it's quite funny. It's literally quite funny, because you're like, yeah, it would have fucking sounded like that in the room, but we're hearing it with David Bowie and Mick Jagger singing to the music track, which wouldn't sound like that in that environment. So it was a valid kind of a thing. The fucking music companies went after them for copyright. There's no fucking music in the video. It's just those two old guys dancing around with artificial Foley put on top of it. And they got copyright struck for it. I just feel like that's an egregious abuse of the copyright system. Oh, well, the footage is ours. Yeah, but I'm not. No one is listening to the lack of any music whatsoever in this video rather than buying the fucking single on iTunes, are they? You know, it just... I don't want to... I can't even remember what bloody song Mick Jagger and David Bowie did together. Something about put the speakers up on the thing and dance around or something. Oh, God, the guy struggled. The guy struggled with it for years. Like, all his videos got copyrighted and blah, blah, and he had to argue, like, you're copyrighting music that is absolutely not present in the video. Yeah. You've used our song. There's no fucking music in the video. It's the video, and I've added all the Foley in afterwards because it's funny. Oh, God. It was called Music-less Video, or I don't know, something like that. And they were funny. You know, they were funny. Right, last two mobs. Let's see. Yeah, you got to give all your personal info. Yeah, well, YouTube has that if you're monetized anyway. I joined the partner program back in 2007 or something. Drawden has subscribed with Prime. They have subscribed for 35 months. Don't you know? Thank you very much for the resub, Drawden. Much appreciated. Subs! Well, you've gifted tons. It's nuts. No, nothing on you. Well, I'll kill Yad, because they're there. When's the next stream? I'm working tomorrow night, so not then. Friday? Friday, I think. I'm not working on Friday, but I do have to get up at stupid o'clock on Saturday. So, earliest next stream will be Friday. But it won't be as long as this one. It'll be like maybe 2 hours. Or something like that. Oh God, I already had one open. Soundless music videos. Yeah, this was a guy. I don't know what. I don't want to get sued. Yeah, 286k views, and all the audio is that guy's creation. It doesn't exist outside of that. Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, Speechless, Mark Zuckerberg, Musicless, Boney M, and so on. There's no original audio in any of the videos, and he got stung for it. Musicless video, Queen and David Bowie.
Pressure, pushing down on me, pressing down on you. No man has fallen under pressure that brings the building down.
Right, you get the idea. There's no pig in music, and the fucking copyright struck him for the fucking music in the video. What the hell? You know. You got to watch that. He's got a gazillion of them. They're all good as well. You know, you got Mick Jagger and fucking someone dancing around, and all you can hear are their shoes squeaking on the floor while they go. Like noiseless, musicless noise that sounds like Foley. If you don't know what Foley is, Google it. Foley is like they film a scene. It could be miniatures, it could be animation, could be a very loud sound stage, but that's not what they're going for in the movie. So the actors re-record the sound they think they should be making, or the director wants them to make, for the final cut, and they record it in a studio environment, rather like the one I'm in, which has no reverb, nothing else. They record it, get on, and then use that, you know, perfectly recorded studio recording, mix it in, add the reverb, and which gives you the spatial sense of where they are, etc., into the movie. It's called Foley, you know. So they add, I don't know, the monsters are coming. They got nails, and they're running over wood. So they put extended nail picks for guitar pickers on the hands and go, record it, and that's then added into the movie. It's called Foley. Foley. Yeah, sing off key, burp, stomp. Yeah, that guy did it first. Possibly did it better because it absolutely matches what you visually see. So it's kind of like a considered thing that they've created. Yeah, and he got stung for copyright. Oh, you're abusing our musical copyright. No, there's no fucking music in my video. What are you talking about? You know, it's one of them, isn't it? You know, really. Oh, well, because copyright law is there to protect the artist. Do you honestly think people are watching the soundless version of your music video rather than watching or buying your music? No, they absolutely are not. They're doing it because it might be funny. You know, I mean, for fuck's sake. Talk about a draconian implementation of the law. And there it is. Oh, instead of listening to Live Aid, I decided I would listen to a music-less version of it, which is taking the piss and putting the Foley in. Fucking no one does that, you know. All copyright law is massively aggressive. Yeah, absolutely is. Not just the music industry, all creative, inverted commas, industry. You know, because the creatives probably wouldn't give a shit. But, you know, the people that make money because they own a share of that license, oh, they're greedy. They're greedy like orcs going, oh, meat's back on the menu. You know, they're that. They're so parasitic and awful. It's disgusting. Anyway, I'm going to bugger off. I'll leave you with Matt Rose, if you missed that earlier, because I think that guy's brilliant. And me recommending him will not affect my views in no way, shape or form. He has no idea I exist, and why should he? But anyway, I still think he's really funny. I do believe Freddie Mercury even said, do whatever to my music. He had certain things he was very articulate about. But other things he was like, oh, well, if it's not the original work, I don't care, you know, but don't touch what I recorded. But if you want to make your own thing, do what you want. That was Freddie Mercury's stance on it, which is the mark of a true artist. They're saying, I know what I created, and so does the rest of the world. If you create something else out of it, that's fine. It doesn't affect what I originally created, and therefore, why is it any of my business? You know, that was his take. Anyway, is anyone else streaming Anarchy Online? Well, we're going to go take a look. The stream manager, Anarchy Online. Clicky. Right, let's have a look. There's me and, oh, bugger, no one else. Well, shit. Never mind. Right, I'm going to leave it there. I'll be back on Friday. It won't be as long of a stream. But, you know, we'll see what we do. I would like a pair of pants to complete the primary part of the armour. But we'll have to see. Smurf! Over there. Thank you very big for the big heel pet that made it all so easy. I'm going to go. Love you all. Been brilliant talking to you. I'll be back on Friday, but until then, love you all. See you in the next one. Bye for now.